Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be replacing the wheel bearing on this Audi A3 Quattro. We were just about to bring it into the garage and it occurred to us we don't actually know which one it is. So we're going to take it for a little spin now and try and tell just by listening what corner it's coming from, and hopefully we can pinpoint it. I think it was the rear right, but we thought we best check. I think it's the right rear.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, so we're going to replace the right rear. They're only 20 quid anyway. And if it's not that, well, we'll do the other one as well at a later date. But I'm pretty sure it's the rear right. Here we've got a replacement wheel bearing, so it actually comes with the whole assembly. It just minimises the amount of messing about we're going to have to do. So we're going to jack the rear of the car up, take the wheel off, and then we're going to prepare for the removal of the old wheel bearing. So it's a bit of a fiddly job, but I'm sure there's nothing we can't handle, and we're going to show you pretty much how to do it in today's video. So let's get to it. So the first bolt I'm going to break is the main one that holds the drive shaft in. Usually that's the toughest to get off, so we're starting with it. This one's a 27mm. Right, so we've taken out that bolt. That's probably the hardest bit, to be honest. Now we've got to undo 2 bolts on the back of this caliper. Take the caliper off, and then once the disc is off, we're going to pretty much have access to the bearing. We'll have to just then take 4 bolts off the back of the bearing and then separate it off. So not too difficult so far, it's been pretty good. So the bolts on this caliper, very easy to remove. Just 2 13mm on the back, there's one there, and surprisingly not a lot of torque on them, not seized, so I suppose that's the difference between quality German engineering and Mitsubishi. I was almost certain they were just going to snap off, but no, not on a German car. So we're going to take those bolts out, then we're going to whack the caliper off and then remove the disc. Okay, so it's a little while later now and we've had to take off absolutely everything. It is possible to do it without taking the hub off, but we just haven't got the access to do it. We can't fit the breaker bars under the car. So we just decided to remove the hub. The bolt that holds the shock on, we can't access it because the spring's in the way, so there's quite a few irritating things that are sort of making it hard. So I recommend, if you are doing this job yourself, just to take the hub off, and then you can have good access to the spline bits and you can do it all on the bench. So yeah, it's pretty much ready to come out now. I'll just pop the camera to one side and it should just fall out.
Awesome camera.
That's what I get for calling it a piece of junk, isn't it? Yeah, it's out. Okay, so it's off. We're going to change the hub now on the bench. So there's the bearing. Well, you can see the bearing and the 4 bolts holding it to the hub. That's the actual bearing there. Oop, on the other side. So we basically just undo these 4 bolts and then it will fall off basically. So we definitely didn't break these loose off camera. What do you reckon?
No, definitely didn't.
No, we did. As easy as that. Well, out. Now obviously we want to clean up all this in here with a wire brush, and then we're going to fit the new one. The new bearing just goes straight in like so. The old one had play on it, so if you wiggle it like that you could actually feel play. Okay, so finally we're coming to the end of this bearing replacement. carrier's back on, disc is back on, shock, we didn't take it off, but we're gonna put it all back in together now. So pretty simple, reverse of the removal, a couple of bolts on the bottom, 2 bolts here, 2 bolts there, and plug the ABS connector in. So we'll do it off camera, I'm gonna show you when we're done. Okay, so quite a number of hours later and the new bearing is in. As you can see, we've torqued everything up. It was an absolute nightmare. It's taken us ages, literally all day, to do that bearing. The bearing itself, very easy, but we pretty much had to remove the whole hub, as you saw, take the calipers off, take everything off. We couldn't get the shock absorber off, but yeah, we've worked through it and it's now all done. So we're just going to clean the disc with some brake cleaner because we've got a couple of greasy smudges on it. And I think we're going to go and get a well-deserved beer from the shop and test the wheel bearing. Hopefully it wasn't the other side, but there's only one way to find out, so we're going to take it for a spin. Okay, so we're fresh as a daisy now, on the way to Lidl's to get some well-deserved beers, and the noise is completely gone. So sounded much better, and I think that's pretty much it now. We got spark plugs and a matching set of wheels to fit to it, and then we're pretty much done, and we're going to be filming the final review. So yeah, hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, be sure to click like and also consider subscribing. Cheers guys.